Hello and welcome. Right, I've got a couple of the things off the back of the trailer. I've got the scanner and I thought, well, let's scan the fields at the very least. Whilst the mower is mowing the first field, we didn't do any fertilising or anything, and I knew that we hadn't. I knew obviously it's a bit, right, it is this field, isn't it? Yes, it is. I think we can get the full width, if I'm right, and we should get quite a bit, about now, no, a little bit more. Yeah. Almost a single scan. Almost. Now, yeah, let's do this because you never know which fields we're going to go for next. So, I had another look at the field. Tried to do some. I'm wondering whether you do get it. You can't really know whether it's. I've a sneaky feeling with field 4 having that run through with the sheds, because that's done by design. I'm wondering if you buy field 4, whether you get that actually with it, or whether it's something that's just not done yet. Really, yeah, that's what I'm wondering. Or no, it does. It's definitely through the back of field 173. Also, it looks to me like it. I wonder if 172 comes with that patch, or whether that just is common land. It is possible. So yeah, I still think I'm not completely wrong, because it's definitely done by design. But then it could be, yeah, it won't let you cut grass either. I was just double. Did that not send that back? Yeah, it did. We shall have a look. It looks mainly sandy loam. So I always get this wrong. Yeah, I'm not don't pay attention enough. Well, you obviously do subconsciously. It's just not consciously. Yeah, absolutely. That is definitely true. Yeah, so this here doesn't seem to have an owner if you sort of stand around on the thing itself. It doesn't say it does, so yeah, I'm looking forward to using the class this time. Is what I'm going to sort of go for. Let's go down the field as much as possible, and this is longer. It's a nice field, this is. I would like to get all of these around us, but my biggest thing now is to go for the farmyard, because I'd love to do the rabbits. It is. So we need to, yeah, we've now got 2 tractors. We'll look out for, yeah, I don't mind a small Massey or something like, oh, no, I don't think I could have quite done it. But we will go deeply to the wall, and we'll go as deep in as we possibly can, so that we've got a bit of another field. Fantastic. Fold that away. Yeah, I thought I'd get these jobs done. The one thing obviously we haven't done is we didn't buy any fertiliser or anything like that, or lime. I will be using the production shed, as I do in almost every Let's Play now, to become self-sufficient, although actually I usually sell it now and actually buy the fertiliser in, because we can buy it cheap from somebody else. So again, I should probably be doing that. So that means we really need to pop off to the shop, and I'm going to use this. Obviously I'm looking heavily for the fact that when the mower's done that, but it's going to take a while for one mower. Do we grab another set? That is the question, really. I would say so. Although, are we going to stay too? Yeah, that is a point. I mean, they are cheap as chips. There's no denying that. But are we going to? Yeah. Obviously, I was going to have this as the farmyard, but now I know it's common land. I just think we're making use of it, really, rather than. I know we've got the BGA, and there's little I can do about that, because it is technically, I mean, of course you wouldn't do that in real life, but this is Farm Simulator. We sort of do allow, but I would not take the liberties. I thought it was sort of a free field, if I'm honest. There's no way I would have really been that cheeky. Yeah, because let's be honest, the police would just eject you, and you know, like, it is true. So I wouldn't do that in real life. I must remember that the red one is the fertiliser, and the orange Valtra is the seeder. Right. Brilliant. Okay, stick that with those 2 as well. and then we're going to pop down the shop while that mower finishes the first field, and then when we get back we are going to be going into a time lapse. Yeah, because there's going to be a lot. There's going to be 2 fields to obviously the yield's not going to be fantastic, and that's obviously I didn't do the fertilising and that. I mean, and it was just bedding in. Now it's back to proper farming. Also, standard Let's Plays are going to resume now. Yeah, I've given this a good couple of weeks. We've done some really massive sessions. I mean, I'm obviously not stopping this at all. It's a fantastic map, and I intend on doing this. I'm going to drag it in with the other Let's Plays. I'm not sure about what is going to happen to Maypole, and that might sound very convenient, but that, I've got to be honest, before this was even on the radar, I did mention on one of the sessions that I was, yeah, it's not, there's something not quite right about it, in so much as the animals. I say I've done animals for a long time on FS22 now, and you do get you know how much milk and stuff like that. The milk's almost like you've got a full 800 cows, which of course is lovely. Slurry the same. It's humongous. It really is for the 100 cows we've got, and of course that means that we're doing really well because of it. But we're not doing well because of it because we should be doing that well, and that's I can't keep up with the flow of milk. I mean, yeah, okay, that is fantastic that you, but it's not where you should be. It's something's not quite right. The same as the horses. Again, little thing, but it's sort of something that you know. Yeah, the horses, they get through like straw really, really a lot. It's like things have been adjusted, but then it's like something's been adjusted, and then it's now they've got to go middle-ish and then heavily pull right. It's not as simple as you. Yeah, you've got to leave yourself a bit of room so you don't clang the post as you come out. Yes, I'm not sure about Maypole. I'm going to still crack on to begin with as normal, and then I'm going to see. I was going till the end of the year anyway. Was it, or am I in the end of the year now? I'm trying to think. No. I'm still in the beginning of the year, not beginning. So have we just done the harvest? Yeah, we have. Last couple of sessions was the harvest. I think I've gone on a couple of months, but it's almost like running Riverside, and we've not got anywhere. Well, I mean, the cows aren't that much different to Riverside. I think Riverside only had, was it 100? It might have been 200 cattle. It was quite a small yard. It did get adjusted by Missy B. It did used to be a lot, like 800 or something, which I was looking forward to having a crack at because I'd never been that high. And then it got adjusted about the week that I actually went onto the map. But I mean, obviously, it is what it is. Yeah, it didn't seem any different to what I was used to with that. So now then, can we? I think we've got the wrong. Yeah, you've not brought the. As we're talking, you're just beginning to think about the other end and thinking, how do I? Well, to be honest, obviously the one thing I am going to say is that. I think what we're going to do is probably buy another one of the front loaders and have that down at the shop, just as we did with the other, with our evil. Somehow, obviously, that was never supposed to be that. That's one of the casualties of multiplayer, is the fact that it associates that equipment as a farm, and obviously, really, it shouldn't be. So I think what we're going to do is we will do another one for the shop, which is a bit of a pain, but yeah, I can't. It is the downside to this being a multiplayer, because there was always supposed to be one. I think that's what really threw me subconsciously, was the fact that you know that there's one down here, but then again, then you think, oh yeah, but I can't use it. Yeah, we can't go anywhere near that. It's not ours. So what we're going to do, 70,000, 71.5. Right, I know how much to put in. Should be exactly what we need to buy this for the shop, and it is only for the shop. It is. So we want front loaders. I'm gonna go. Yeah, I do like the Kramer a lot. Now that's standard fuel. That's the biogas upgrade. Yeah, I don't think this does follow me. I'm almost sure it doesn't, because I have got follow me loaded, but that's just going to be the standard. They're all modded then, aren't they? All modded. I do like them though. Fantastic. And we'll keep this. Oh, actually, I think I was going on the fact it was 70,000. I think I was thinking about those, the electric or the biogas. Biogas. And we want front loader. So I think we've just gained 10,000, which we'll obviously give back. Yeah, there was no intention for me to try to be naughty, to give myself money. That goes against the grain as cheating in my book. So then we want the just going to go for the traditional. We could go for I want to do this. Yeah, I'm going to go big bag handler. Front loader, yes. Now weights. I'm going to go for my standard, the Wefro. I love that. I think it's amazing. Do like the other one as well, like the one with the stripes. But I don't know. This is more understated. And we'll go main colour. So we want blue really. But I don't really want. No, that's more purple. It's a bit too bluey green. I know it's going to be difficult to get that though. Yeah, it is 10,000 too little, too much. So we're going to take 10. Oh no, let's go add it. You want minus? Brilliant. I've done that before a long time ago. I'm going to remove the money and then literally put the money back in. So this is the shops, only for the shop. It is just for this. Now on that little tiny bit of money we need to buy some lime and some fertilizer. Luckily for us that is very, very reasonable. Yeah, that's nothing. Yeah, no, I know it's not. I wasn't trying to match the crave. I was just, but yeah, it actually looks quite awful, blue and green like that. Right, so now we need to grab the one thing of fertilizer. I don't think we can afford any more than that really. Do we go 2? I think so. There's 2,000. It's very, very reasonable. We've got a mechanical weeder, but we're not really weeding to begin with. We're keeping both presently. Now we'll make our own seeds. That is still cheaper. If we do that, 5 tons would be enough. I say yes. And 2 fertilizer. And fuel was the other thing I thought of that we definitely need. Yeah, at the minute, obviously with them, we may get a fuel point at the farm when we buy that, but that doesn't help us now. Yeah, our things run on fuel, right? So then I think we now want big bags. Are we going to make? We've no point in buying doing herbicide to begin with. So stones is what we want, and these are cheap as chips. So those stones are cheap too, but they're only 1,000 litres. Now that obviously is still fantastic compared to, well, I don't know, stones are, the stones I've found of them all are all quite cheap. Yeah, these are the ones that are stupendous. 4 tons for 150, so that is amazing. We're going to have, we need a lot actually, because it doesn't go very far. And I think so that's lime, fertilizer, oh, Mr. Angry, and we have seeds, the capability to make seeds. So then let's get these packed up. Yeah, I'm going to leave the McCormick actually just tucked on it. I'm hoping this can cope with this. I don't think I've ever done this with this, ever. Let's go as far closer as possible, I would have thought. it's, I don't know, 5.5 tons. But then it has got, yeah, it's also not quite like a normal front loader from a tractor, but that doesn't mean to say it's meant to literally lift. Well, a telehandler struggles like, actually, if I'm honest. Yeah, it does with this. So yeah, it's just there. In fact, normally I have to employ that trick to do the weight thing with this. So actually, that is good. Now then, if we're gonna employ this in the other way. No, we're literally gonna. No, will you let go? They are so awful when you. Stick this on this side. Not sure how much weight they're going to do to actually equalise the heavy weight of that fertiliser. Let's just push it. Oh, it's not wanting to move. Still got the indicator going on that. Let's clamp those down. They don't like how close they are at the back. Let's get the big stuff done first. We can stick that on afterwards. Yeah, and we'll stick this on the opposite side to equalise, because I don't think those stone bags. Oh no, they are. No, I think you'll find they like special where they're like 150 kilograms per bag, so they're not really heavy at all. So let's stick this on this side. Yeah, that is actually better than telehandler. The telehandler does a... That is quite good, because it is. That telehandler struggles with that, so somehow the Kramer has got more weight at the back. Or is lower, which is quite amazing, because that's got the same weight on. And with that I had to do that trick where you're pushing the weight closer to the thing. I mean, the Kramer's perfect with that, but then so was the telehandler, but the telehandler wouldn't let you do it. Yeah, we're going to be alright, so there's no point in... Yeah, like that. I think that's 4 tons, isn't it? No, it's still 5 tons. It's not so heavy though. It is still heavy, but not really heavy. Although the Kramer argues with that, the way that it releases from doing that. So, but yeah, I'm quite surprised by that. It's as good as a telehandler. I do love the fact that it's also got the extendable boom, although obviously it's not as extendable as a proper telehandler. It doesn't come out as far. It's not a long, but it's still better than the traditional. I really do love this. Of all the front loaders, I'd have this as a telehandler. I know it's not, as I say, not quite the same. Brilliant. And we shall stick ours. We'll stick it next door to the. I still said it yesterday in editing, mad. Once. Yeah, it's evil. I don't know where I got mad from. I don't know why it's sticking in my head either. All of a sudden, I got it right every single time. Then all of a sudden, I'm now going and calling it mad half the time. It's mad. It is. That is true. I have no understanding why. And then let's have a look. Because the one thing we really want to be doing is moving that on down the bottom. Yeah, so that's the 2 fields. That one. I knew that was quite awful. I did, because its bonus is only just 100%. So then let's get this onto the other field. Yeah, we'll leave the corner switches this time. I've not got time to muck around. We'll get field 7 done, and then whilst that's coming down, then we're going to hit this and we're going to literally, yeah, do the... You can see the grass is a little bit sparse, so that's our fault because I didn't fertilise and lime it. It should be just a natural thing, really. Yeah, so we'll do the grass on field 7 and field 3. And then we're going to... are we expanding fields first or going for the farm? That is a valid question. It really is. Yeah, what do we do? Right, okay, anyway, before we do make such decisions as that, let's... brilliant, and... yeah, we'll... never remembers. It does if you do it on the session. If you did all of your fields and you'd put it to 7 and you keep the same implements on, it will remember. It will, as in like it will just not remember, but it'll use what you've already said. So this is field 7. And save the course within field 7's folder. Activate 7 meters. Right, and first... yeah, it is definitely a slurry runoff though, I am right, but it's that one awful, massive amount of a runoff, it really is. Right, let's try and avoid the thing of going through that. Yeah, so we'll leave our harvester down here until we can get a header. Going to need a header trailer for carrying that as well. We can't have a header because they can handle big headers. I think if I remember rightly, I tested that and I actually can go right up to 13.7 meter headers with it. It does struggle at that point though. It's yeah, you have to employ trickery to make it go into the trailers. Yeah, it's sort of slightly longer than it should be, slightly longer than it's meant to be. I think, no, it is quite, yeah, you can. I think, didn't we test it with the Durus once on Rombos when we were first... yeah, the only thing that puts me off about it seems the self-unload seems to have got worse, and it hardly ever self-unloads anymore, so I don't really understand. But it just means that we've got to pay more attention, or we've got to go old school and actually empty it. You know, literally be ready to empty it and leave the workers working, or do it myself, one or the other. It does come to a certain point where you think, well, I may as well do it myself then, really. But then again, you obviously sometimes you want to be doing something else, so just why I love the self-unload feature, because you can sort of, a lot of the time, leave the harvesters to their own devices. I know that may sound lazy, but it's usually when you're getting more harvesters that when you're at the point, we're at Maypole now, we've got 3 harvesters. When you're at that point, you don't want to be unloading all yourself, because it's really you and you, and that then becomes quite a pain. Now be careful when we get to the bottom of this, because I ran into a lorry off camera last time I did this. So yeah, I've got to keep my eye out on what's coming. It seems to be one-way traffic, I think. Have I ever seen anything coming towards me? I don't think I have. It's all going down. Yes, I'm trying to observe the realism element of the storyline where I'm not going out past the evil the evil farm. That's funny when you say it like that. Yeah, it does. The farm's evil, but no, yeah, you know what I mean. It is an acronym, it's not really evil, although it was always intended to represent the fact that they are evil. It wasn't, it was done on purpose, that originally. It was quite difficult to try and find a believable name that actually matched the thing, and Erlang Village International Leisure was the best I could come up with. After racking my brains for hours about trying to find one, I don't think this is very difficult to do actually, because there's a post right behind as well. Yeah, I did actually, yeah, I mean you really should sort of push that, which then should pull it a little bit more, but it's still going to clang the post, and there's not really an awful lot I can do about that, because I can't really come past it. Yeah, now I've gone too far, now I'm going to struggle to try to do it. Can we do that? And then it would have pulled it a little bit more. Is there a way to sort of sneakily do this? Not a reversing, but then... yeah, but that's what I'm saying. The length of the trailer really is a bit like that. You really would in real life. Could we do that where you like... Still not going to be enough. It needs to be about there. And the thing is, the other thing is, it's the pickup doesn't always pick up at that weird angle if you do that, but I still don't think that's enough. Yeah, it's very, really tricky. Although I didn't seem to. Yeah, it's amazing when you're on camera how much more. Yeah, because you can't even. You got to be careful about that even. It's just. I mean, and this is a small trailer. It's not. Yeah, I mean, when you consider if I did the H2 Studios, now I deserve for this not to work. Yeah, now is it the fact the bags are over-leaning a little? It's not helping, is it? That yeah, I never thought about that. What about reversing in? Like we did with the... No, that's probably the most sensible thing you've actually said. Yeah, we also don't need to overdo it. Yeah, no, this is... Yeah, we need to be in the middle of the road so that realistically we're not going through the hedge. Yeah, we need to have enough swing space for the front to go into the hedge. But the trouble is, in real life, if you did do that, you'd be going through the hedge like that, which is almost as bad, really. Yeah, you would really have made a total mess of that person's hedge. So the moral of this story is something like the Bachman is about the only thing you're going to get if you come in this way, unless we can find another way. But that road is always going to be that narrow, no matter where you hit it. In real life, the only way you'd make that work is to do what a lot of farmers do, which is to sort of steal a bit of your field for an ingress. That's the only way that would work. But I would imagine, again, this is, when you consider Oxygen David is no stranger to this type of thing, I would imagine that really, oh, that reminds me, yeah, let's stick this little lot straight into the, it won't take the fuel, oh, now that is a point. Now the Omatana, will that take the fertiliser? Does it matter? Yeah, because the fertiliser's just straight, it's literally as in that's okay. The stones, I don't think the Omatana will take the stones. It'll just take the wheat. And it might take the fertiliser, but that doesn't matter, it's just storage. So let's just try this. Then we've got a lot of work to do. Right, so then, yeah, the wheat. If we reverse just with the wheat, really, that should just take that off, and we'll get that going for making seeds. Now we don't need any this session, but yeah, this is in readiness for the future. So while that's emptying, let's switch that on. Let's get everything ready. So we want wheat seeds. I love the fact that this is just 1,000 for 1,000, and it will do 240 tons if you so wanted. So I mean, again, it is a very good way to make the most amount of money from wheat that you possibly could. It'll make a little bit more on a map than you would if you were just doing wheat for selling wheat. Right, now the rest of this should actually go into the, well, apart from the fuel. Let's do that properly. I love that, it's amazing. It's very, very quick as well, those. The unload rate of that is terrific. Now then, how we, no, we can, it's a 3-point, so we need an adapter to grab the MX again. That's the one thing I've forgotten again. Yes, it is. Right, let's grab that with the Kramer, which I don't know if I've started its engine this time. No. Now then, now this is where the big bag hander is weak. You can, as I've shown quite a few times though, you can employ a trick. A bit like, I've always said this about the other one as well. You've got to imagine where you're sending your imaginary cables to. I miss doing it. So yeah, that was just. I mean, that would work as well, obviously. But yeah, and I do love the way that they write themselves like that. Amazing. Right now, then we've got no such worry because we don't need to do. Yeah, you can angle this like that, and with the Kramer actually you could do it because you can go upward. Yeah, this you've got to actually grab the pallet itself. It does not like you. Yeah, it's quite amazing. I quite like that feature, but it has to be low. You have to be grabbing the actual pallet, otherwise it really does not play ball. So then I think we're going to leave this pretty much on the edge of this land just here, because this is, yeah, not out the way, but it is out the way in so much as we shouldn't really be bumping into it. Yeah, do we need a repair point just yet? I mean, as in that I'd like to buy the proper yard and actually do that, is what I'm thinking. But anyway, it's time for us to get to work and to say my words. Right, let's. Oh no, we didn't unfold it. We don't need to. Right, yeah, I am. Let's get the windrow in, and we're also going to try the new contraption. Yeah, we are. But I am going to say my words. It looks like field 7 is done as well, so I'm going to be going from one to the other. Do we? That's the point, actually. That is a point. Do we set that windrow in now? That's not a bad idea. I think we will. And then we're going to grab it. We may as well make the most use of having 2 tractors. It is a very nice place to be when we were with just one and I was doing everything. Oh, the one thing is if you send, although you obviously, oh, that is a lot. Yeah, there's a lot of grass not done there, so we are going to definitely cut that. It's one of those that's massive. Strange shaped fields always do that. It's just too much grass to waste, really. Massive, massive. Stick these, yeah. I'd say I would get sheds. I mean, we could even afford one right now, but it's just going to be leaving a mess on the floor like that. I keep seeing that where I did that test, and actually I don't know why I did that, because I'd already said that I can place that anywhere anyway, so it wasn't a true test. Yeah, obviously the plough was the real test. Yeah, if you can plough the land, then you do own it. So I think perhaps they either come with something, or they're just like, yeah, misnomers. And obviously I was getting really excited because for once I'd actually found some of the free land that Oxygen David has done on past maps. But that, again, that's also the thing. You don't always know just because he's done it in the past that he will, you know, like literally this time. So then let's set this going. And then we're going to go straight after it. Oh, yeah, angle. It's weird when you knock it. Right, okay then, so let's set this going on field 3. We haven't done a course for this. And every single time you come into the field position, field 3. I do like the fact that we've got 2 reasonable sized fields this early on. 4, I think 3. We did 4. Yeah, I did actually. That is true. I did. It's true. So let's save that field 3. .5 meters. And I'd really like to say thank you very much for watching. Truly do hope that you're going to stick with me on this journey. And I'm going to say goodbye for now.